Talent is everywhere. Opportunity is not. In no country in the world has gender equality yet been achieved.
It's clear that integrating women better into the economy is a critical driver of competitiveness. If you look at the data for advanced economies, you can see that over the last few decades, women just coming into the economy, either in the United States or in Europe, because this is where we have better data, really have contributed about a quarter of GDP today. So that's pretty massive.
In the past few decades, there has been enormous progress towards the empowerment of women in various aspects of life, but this glass is still only half full.
It makes total sense for empowering women in our business because inclusion of women in the economic cycle magnifies the impact on growth of and health of not only their families and prosperity for the community, but also prosperity for our business. And it would be an absolute waste of talent, which women get dropped out of the economic cycle due to the barriers they face in their journey.
Access to finance is one of the biggest challenges in Afghanistan, especially for women in private sector. Most of the women that they have a small business and they need some loan from the bank. There is a lot of bank in Afghanistan, but the interest rate is very high, and also the collateral that they ask from the woman, it's difficult for women to provide because most of the property are by the name of men.
We can do much more to link women to markets. This is not just a public endeavor, it's a public-private partnership.
At the end of the year, we share the profit, which has helped women in my slum area to take their children at school, to look after their families, and also to care for their needs.
Empowerment begins with education. Women and girls must be able to build up and sharpen useful skills.
Girls that do not go to school or have very little schooling have a tendency either to suffer violence in the home and to marry a lot earlier, and in fact for that cycle to be repeated.
Je crois que les jeunes ont un rôle fondamental, même parce qu'avec la facilité de communication qu'on est capable de faire, on peut arriver dans tout le monde dans quelques secondes. Et dans tout ça, il ne faut jamais oublier ses propres traditions. C'est notre valeur en plus.
Former US Secretary of State Madeleine Albright used to joke there was a special place in hell for women who didn't support other women. The group of women ambassadors here in Geneva would like to suggest there is a special place in heaven for all our male colleagues working so hard with us to advance women's economic empowerment.
This is the place that I have to say thanks for my family, for my father, my brother, that they gave me a chance, and also for my husband and my husband family, that they are educated family, that they gave me a chance that to be in this stage today.
This year is our D-Day in Namibia. 2014, November, we'll be having elections where we have demanded 50-50, zebra style. When we talk about zebra style, we talk a man, woman, men, women. If you don't come up with that, any political party, I don't know what will happen.
When you empower women politically, economically, and socially, you empower nations.
It is very important to train our women in vacation and also to see that women are in vacation so that they can train other women, as they say that give me a good woman, I'll give you a good world.
We absolutely need to have a standalone goal on the economic empowerment of women.
My gosh, we've all been talking about how much talent there is that's not being fully utilized, and yet there are these cultural blockages. How much longer do we want to wait?
It is in our hands to change it. There is no need to wait for another 140 years to change it. If we work at home in each one of our countries, and if we work by making sure the collective framework called Post-2015 Development Agenda has a good doses of women economic stress, economic empowerment, maybe we will shorten this long road.
Nelson Mandela said, "Everything seems impossible until it gets done." Arantxa said, it's in our hands. Let's go get it done, Zebracide. Thank you, everybody.
What we bring you today is a story. It's a story about how fashion can be a vehicle out of poverty. It's a demonstration on the power of trade. It's a demonstration of how trade works for development. But more importantly today, it's a demonstration of how trade works for women's economic freedom.